picking somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the tray, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Good evening, everybody. How does it feel to suck? You see, it's not easy being you, and I understand. Having a mediocre franchise as a team to root for, quite frankly. I can't relate. My guys are going to the NBA Cup final, and you guys just lost to the Toronto Raptors, a team that you routinely defeated during the Big Three era that you, for some reason, seem to think is ever going to come back in your lifetimes. Let me just make this very clear to all of you watching this tonight. LeBron James is not walking through that door. Tim Hardaway is not walking through that door. Dwayne Wade is not walking through that door. Not only is he not walking through that door, but your team owner won't even sell him a part of the team. He is more concerned about keeping Tyler Herro on this team than, I don't know, functioning like a regular organization that isn't trying to employ G Leaguers and guys and extras from Rudy. I don't know what else to tell y'all. It's pretty sad, but lo and behold, good evening, Europe, as they say. Oh, we have Royal here. Good evening, Royal. How are you doing today, King?
I'm doing well, King. How are you?
I'm feeling victorious. I mean, look, either way, I'm winning tomorrow night. Wemby wins the NBA Cup. Félicitations. Fantastic. The Knicks win the NBA Cup. Well, that's another win for New York. We've been winning ever since the city was formed way back in the 1800s.
Ever since Walt Frazier, you niggas ain't seen winning. Yerp! Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. I'm your host, Roy A. Shepard. Actually, I think Ricky was doing a wonderful job so far. I would let him host, but not tonight. Maybe next time we play the Knicks. Maybe next time we play the Knicks, he'll host. I'm not gonna lie, Ricky. I'm sick of this shit. The Miami Heat lost. What is it now? Their fifth straight game. Speeding quickly towards mediocrity again at 500. They're not 14.
Towards.
They almost
look behind you, bro. They passed that about 3 losses ago.
That's real.
At least.
But the Miami Heat lost to the Toronto Raptors tonight, 106-96. In a game that I can only describe as fucking frustrating. I know what's going on with this team.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first time in a long time, I think it's time that like people have an honest conversation about like what's going on with Eric Spoelstra.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. You got a late scratch from Tyler Herro, so you started Simone Fontecchio, who was absolutely fucking horrendous tonight. But this team felt like at one point in time it had an identity, or it had the embers of an identity. It felt like it was trying to. Somebody said the Spurs gonna win the NBA Cup. I agree. It felt like it was trying to establish an identity, and then it all went by the wayside. And look, I know I'm a big Tyler hater guy, whatever. Like I've said several times that he was one of the reasons that the team has lost its identity, but he didn't play tonight. And it still felt like the same team of like just shit thrown together. This game reminded me more so of last season than any game we've played this season, with or without Tyler Herro. This game felt exactly like a game from last year. And I'm pretty fucking sick of it, bro. Like, the product is terrible. The product is bad. The defense is bad. And nobody, somebody said the Royals background representation, the inevitable wall this team was going to hit. They're always fake good. And that's facts. Like, I think even at the beginning of the season, like when the team was fun, like when we were enjoying the product, wins or losses, like we were saying that, look, it's cool, but eventually they're going to show the lack of talent that they have on this roster. And I get it. Toronto's having a great season. Toronto has been much better than people expected this year. They ain't this fucking good. I think from end to end in this game, it did not feel like Miami had a chance. Like, particularly in that fourth quarter, bro. Miami was outscored 32-19 in the fourth quarter. And it just felt like shit just kept falling apart. We didn't get nearly enough production from Bam Adebayo. We didn't get nearly enough production out of Norman Powell. I don't give a fuck if both of them had 20. They could have had 40, and it just didn't feel like it would have been enough tonight. I didn't understand half of the rotations that Spo tried it out there. I was particularly confused about why Drew Smith was in the waning moments of this game. We saw Kel'el Ware play 19 minutes. It seems like Spo has kind of gone all in on this small ball thing, and it is killing us, bro. It is killing the Miami Heat. They didn't even get out-rebounded tonight. The rebounding battle was even, but it just felt like Miami was too small, a step too slow, and just lagging behind kind of Toronto all evening. And so, like, I ain't going to be on here long. We ain't finna do no long-ass show about this because this wasn't worth even a post-game. I wasn't finna do a post-game show today. My wife told me.
It really was in America.
My wife told me to do this. You see right now, if you look at this game, you don't even see a thumbnail on this bitch because we wasn't finna do one. So y'all think you're lucky stars that my wife said, go and do a post-game show.
She owns a pistol.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, tonight, Ricky, I'm interested to hear like kind of what you thought about the game tonight. But just from my perspective, bro, it's not enough, bro. Like they don't have enough. This team needs something to kind of inject some life back into it. But this shit here, bro, it got to stop, bro. The small ball thing is not working for Miami. They don't have the horses to make it work. And they're just getting dog walked night in and night out by any and everybody, to be perfectly honest, bro. I don't see a solution on the horizon, but I gotta lay the blame of this game at the feet of Eric Spoelstra, bro.
Yeah. I think when you are a flawed team, and I feel like I've been singing the same song since we were upstairs, which is wild to me.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you are a mediocre team, sorry, I mean, we're mid, right? When you're a mediocre team, your margin of error is very slim. It's very slim. And when your margin of error is very slim, you cannot afford to do anything that can potentially disrupt what little chemistry-related success that you have. Let me take y'all back to the 2013-2014 season, the last time a Heat fan felt, I guess, joy up until about maybe June, to the point where it's like, oh, man, we got a shot to win a championship. We got the best 2 or 3 players in the league. Remember that time, guys? Remember that? Yeah. That was after the Knicks won 50 games. That was back in 2013, though. For the first time since like the 90s.
And where did that end up?
Oh, no. They lost to the same Pacers team that I'm actually about to talk about right now. So the Pacers were a team that was making it very clear that they wanted to beat the Miami Heat. They built their team to beat the Miami Heat. Roy Hibbert's verticality was starting to give Miami problems as they continued to match up against one another. And once the team came out of the hey,
you see it, Rich.
I don't got nobody over here. I'm just alone here in America.
Hey,
France is another story though. Focus. But here's the thing. The Indiana Pacers came out of the gate like gangbusters. They were hooping. They were playing very well. At one point, they were on pace for 60 wins. They were determined to beat the Miami Heat. And quite frankly, maybe they would. Maybe they were going to. We don't know. But do you know what happened? Midway through the season, a roster move took place. Andrew Bynum was signed as a free agent. He barely, I don't think he even played a game with the Sixers after he was traded there in the mega trade that brought Dwight Howard to the Los Angeles Lakers, a weakened Dwight Howard that had come back too quickly from back surgery, nonetheless. And there was something about Andrew Bynum's presence in that Indiana Pacers locker room that just threw the entire team off. Roy Hibbert got in his feelings because I guess he interpreted that as them not believing in him as much. And then, they also got rid of Danny Granger, who was like the heart and soul, like the UD of the team, quite frankly. And by the time that they reached the conference finals against the Miami Heat, they were a shell of the team that had seriously threatened the Miami Heat throughout the season. And I am comparing that to what happened a few weeks ago when the Miami Heat were running on all cylinders as best as they possibly could, given their personnel. Kel'el Ware was starting. They had a balanced lineup. Then Tyler Herro came back. And it got to the point. Now, look, Eric Reed is a GOAT. He's my GOAT as far as I'm concerned. Him and Eric, is it the dude from the Charlotte Hornets? I'll ask Heather about it later. What ended up happening was Tyler Herro came back, and it got to the point where the announcers tonight were actually talking about this. Like, what is going on? This team has slipped both offensively and defensively. So here's the thing. We were talking about that on this stream, on this show, on this network for quite some time. A lot of y'all cussed us out. A lot of y'all came for our necks. A lot of y'all tried to play the statistics game, right? Eric Reed and John Crotty, two employees of the Miami Heat. You know they're not going to bash the Heat too much because Mickey Harrison signs their checks, right? That's just the name of the business. You can't expect them to go too hard, on Miami, okay? But even they noticed that there was something wrong with this team, and the stats were starting to back it up. Otherwise, they would have had no reason to bring that up. I know we talk about Tyler Herro a lot on this network, but the truth is, while it's not necessarily only his fault, like in terms of his gameplay that messed up what this team was doing, there's something about force feeding him into the lineup that threw everybody's rhythm off. And remember, this was just after Bam Adebayo had come back from injury. So look, it's not all about Herro. But to back up what Royal said, the truth is Eric Spoelstra is responsible for the players that start every game. He's responsible for the players that get the minutes that they do every night. And at the end of the day, he's responsible for the plays that they call because they don't really have an official point guard. And that's just the way the situation is right now. Do I wish?
I'm sorry.
What is
stuck in clouds? Like, look, You're absolutely correct. It does get old blaming Herro for every loss, and I don't think anybody's blaming him for a loss tonight. I think what Ricky is speaking to is the larger issue, which is that there was a nexus point in this season where he said it. He articulated it beautifully, bro. Like when a team,
people don't listen.
Yeah, when a team lacks talent, bro, their margin for error is so small. And I think the way that Miami was playing early in the season, it opened that margin for error just a little bit because they were playing fast, they were playing together, and they were playing a style where everybody was a threat. And that all came to like, it's not just Tyler because like, you're right, he did not play tonight. So I can't blame anything that happened tonight on Tyler. But what I will say is that this team lost something in the recent weeks. It lost something that it had found early in the season. And that's not, I'm blaming Eric Spoelstra. That just to name it. He said clearly, Base World said clearly we need Tyler Herro in certain matchups. I don't know if that's the case, bro, because it's like it's not like Tyler. What you said? I can't hear you.
Bad. I want that person to explain specifically which lineups is he talking about, and against which teams. Because you're not doing that against OKC. You're not doing it. You're not doing that against Milwaukee. You're not doing that against Boston. You're not doing that. You're definitely not doing that against OG Anunoby. Who? And you're definitely not doing that against Toronto.
So
which lineups?
I hear the point here, and it's offensively focused, which is the fact that this team couldn't score 100 against the defense that's not even top 15 is not a good sign. Brother, this team should not be focused on just offense. The offense is what made the shit exciting. The fast-paced offense is what made it exciting. The identity of this team is and always has been its defense. And that is what was lacking tonight. The Miami Heat played absolutely no fucking defense tonight, and Tyler doesn't help in that regard. I'm not here to blame Tyler Herro for tonight's loss. I'm actually here to blame everything else but Tyler Herro, because none of them fuckers played defense tonight. None of them. And that to me is kind of it's a bigger part of it. I feel like Miami along the way has lost its identity. And it's not just this season. It's not just when Tyler returned. It's been over the past couple of years. It has been a steady departure away from what made the Miami Heat, which is a gritty, hard-nosed basketball team, and they are not that. They play with absolutely no force anymore, bro. On either side of the ball, there is no force being played with by the Miami Heat on defense or offense. Tyler Herro helps cure some ills when it comes to scoring the ball. He's probably the second most talented scorer, if not the first. I'll give you that. He's the first most talented scorer on this roster. But it is not about offense with this team anymore. It don't matter how many points they score if they not getting no stops. And what's happening is the offense isn't translated, and it is bleeding into the defense excessively. So, like, I don't know. I'm not going to sit up here and just, like, I don't even want to do the whole player-by-player thing. I don't want to do the overarching point. I don't want to do this show tonight. I don't, because it's so irritating to watch this basketball team not look and or feel like any version of the Miami Heat that I've seen before. And that is a bigger issue. Whether or not that means Bam had one rebound in the second half, he's another one. Fuck it. Like he deserves all the smoke that he gets tonight. I think Bam came out aggressive in the first half. I think he scored the ball and he rebounded the ball well. He was not aggressive enough in the second half. I will give you that. And Ricky, I ain't gonna be too much throwing no questions out. So if you got something to say, just kind of like jump in, interject. I don't really give a shit. Like I'm open to hearing all forms of dialogue.
I think you know what it is. I think it's the offensive rebounds. I think the Raptors were cooking on that side of the ball tonight, and that's what I think hurt Miami. Now they may not have been out rebounded per se. I don't know the exact numbers, but if you've got one team getting if you got one team getting a bunch of offensive rebounds and creating second chance opportunities for their guys, it's gonna hurt. Like I could throw out, if when they sat Kel'el, the run continued, but as a certain colonizer will gladly mention, no, the run started while he was on the floor, making some mistakes that unfortunately, hurt the team. It's just all around, like, and I feel like tonight was a cavalcade of errors or an embarrassment of errors, because Nikola Jovic came out on the run, attacks the basket. He goes up soft, quite frankly. He wasn't looking for the contact. That's why his arm was so far out. Lands hard. I'm thinking he breaks his tailbone or something. Turns out he hurt his arm.
He grabbed his ass and the first tail on the floor. Like,
yeah. I mean, it looks like Andy in an airport bathroom after about 15 minutes. You won't understand that reference, Royal, but someone will. But he's out, so he's never going to get his rhythm back by the end of this season. So that's one player gone. Fontecchio at one point was looking like the Duncan deal was, all right, bye, get out of here. And then you know the worst thing you can do to a shooter? Interrupt his rhythm. That's what happened. Literally. Like, can someone pull up his minutes within the last, like, let's say month?
Ricky, I think that's the part about the Tyler conversation that is so annoying, because like when he came back, and I'll admit, like, Tyler has scored the ball well since he's come back, but I don't think people give enough credit to the rhythm that was disrupted, not just amongst the starters, but the rhythm of the bench players. Like Jaime Jaquez has looked like a completely different person since Tyler
was a 6th man of the year candidate before.
But he has to share the floor. Like they stagger in lineups, and again, I am not about to sit up here and bash Tyler Herro for this entire show, because that is not worth it, bro. Like, the man did not play. And I agree with this comment from Stuck in the Clouds. He said, I can agree that this team is not good at all, but they wouldn't be a good team even without Herro. This team lost to the Cavs bench prior to Herro's return. The flaws were always there. And brother, when I tell you that you are saying the same thing that we were saying at the beginning of the season, like, the team was fun to watch, but we always knew that water would reach its level. We always knew that eventually the tide would shift and Miami's flaws would peak their ugly faces. I just did not expect it to come. Like, it's been a precipitous drop, bro. Like, since, like, it happened almost instantaneously. Whether or not you believe that's coincident, whether or not you believe that's coincidental, like, it's
you know what it is, Royal. For the first time, we saw a different kind of game strategy, a different kind of offense that you could theoretically say, this is not the kind of Heat basketball that I'm used to watching. I'd like to see what would happen if we were to plug in maybe a star acquisition into this kind of offense to see how they would benefit from it. And who knows? Because here's the thing. It's one thing, like, all right, I like history, and like, there's always a precedence for this. You remember 03-04, the rookie year, right?
Yeah.
The Heat were 42-40. That's a mid record, okay?
And it took them like one hell of a hot streak, like towards the end of the season.
No, they were under that. They won like 16 straight home games or something like that.
Yeah, they were under 500 for a long time that season.
Yes, and then beat Rafer Alston, beat the Mavs at the buzzer or whatever, and it was a fun time and everything like that. A lot of most Heat fans today don't even remember because they weren't alive. But here's the thing.
They only remember the shot over Baron Davis.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because Sun Sport. Oh, they don't even call it Sun Sports anymore. FanDuel bankruptcy.
They got that clip on. They got that clip.
Yeah, they're going. Yeah, but like, here's what I'm saying, right? That was a fun team. However, the record wasn't great. 2016, 2017.
30 and 11.
That was a fun team the second half of the season.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's hit or miss in terms of what you do with the fun. Because in 03-04, it was a fun team, right? But you know what ended up happening that summer? There was an opportunity to get Shaq.
They traded for Shaq.
They traded all the fun guys. They traded all the fun guys. Left you with Wade,
Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom was actually the best player. Lamar Odom was actually the best player on that team. I don't know if people remember that. Like, Wade was the most talented. But Lamar Odom, Lamar Odom was the best player on that team for the majority. I'll say the majority of that season. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but then Wade came into his own, and the rest was history after that, right? Then the team really became fun because it's like, oh snap, we're good. Like, we're really good. They won 59 games the following season because they got Shaq, who was still like at the tail end of his prime, and Wade was ascending like crazy, right? 30 and 11, right? Everything's fun. Waiters Island, all that other fun stuff.
They doubled down.
What does Pat Riley do? They doubled down on that same team, thinking that these players weren't playing for a paycheck, right? This season, it's almost like a microcosm. The first 15, 20 games, something like that?
17.
It's 17 games? Okay. It was a fun team, but technically kind of mid, because like the same team that will win at the buzzer will then lose to that team's bench like 2 nights later, right? Mid. Okay, mid. According to some people, the star acquisition showed up. And so now, let's stick it out and roll with it. Thing is, your savior is not in the house. The call is not coming from inside the house. It's going to have to come from elsewhere. And them big old trades, those legendary free agency periods, it's not going to happen. So the thing is, you can't.
Hold on, Ricky. I got to shout out Assist Sports. Assist, listen, we are definitely going to make our way back to that platform. We were using them in conjunction with Playback because they're another platform that we've used that allows us to keep track of the game in real time. Assist Sports, we're definitely coming back to that platform. I never intended for us to stop, but yeah, we're definitely coming back. Since we're on the topic anyway, we did an experiment tonight. Because we realize that so many people have enjoyed kind of the in-game experience with us. So to steal a page out of Upstairs Playbook, we did a test run on Discord. We'll be posting a link on Twitter so that people can join the Discord and come back and watch games with us and get our commentary during real time. But yeah, like Ricky, I don't know if this team is like I'm all in on the Giannis thing. Like full disclosure, like I'm all in on them kind of like trading whatever's necessary to get Giannis because why the fuck not? I don't know if this team is a Giannis away from actual contention. Like it feels like tonight in particular, it feels like there are infinitely more holes than solutions on this roster.
They're not.
What you think
you're gonna have to do it? No, you're gonna have to do another deal after Giannis.
1,000%.
Yeah,
but like, how much is it gonna take to get Giannis? It's gonna take every probably positive asset that we got on the roster at this point.
Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah, because Kel'el Ware, I think Kel'el Ware is definitely going in that deal. Even though Kel'el Ware is a positive asset, I feel like tonight was one of the reasons why Spo not playing him in the same capacity that he was in early in the season is justified. Like Kel'el Ware was playing fine. Like I get it, he was rebounding well or whatever, but it just feels like it doesn't feel impactful anymore. Like it doesn't feel like he's impacting the game anymore. And I don't know if that's a lack of motivation. I don't know if that's a like because he's playing on the bench. But yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Gio. I agree with you, bro. Like this team isn't fighting. Like I don't know if we lost our mojo per se, but it just this shit ain't fun right now, bro. It's giving, and to be honest, it hasn't been fun for a couple of years at this point. Like this team just ain't fun to watch, bro. They do nothing, and I feel like a lot of that is because they don't have a solidified identity. Like they don't. They've departed away from who they were as a team, as an organization, and I feel like they've done so in order to kind of like cater.
You know why?
To cater to Tyler Herro. Like I hate making this about Tyler Herro, but I feel like he represents the departure from the identity that the Miami Heat. I've never remembered the Miami Heat investing in a player that wasn't a two-way player. Never. I've never. I don't remember. They always like tertiary pieces to what they do. Like I've never seen them kind of like go this direction. And and you mentioned it earlier, and I'm sorry that we didn't kind of like mention this earlier. Prayers to Nikola Jovic, bro. Like I know you've been asked this year, bro, but you never want to see a player get hurt, especially not in that way. They brought a stretcher out onto the court. Yeah. And that shit had me a little bit worried, bro. Like that young man, like he ain't playing well at basketball, but you never want to see nobody like that get hurt. So prayers to Nikola Jovic, bro. I'm wishing you a speedy recovery. And I hope as soon as you recover, we trade your motherfucking ass. Like I don't want you on this roster, but I also don't want to see you get hurt. Like
unless you're a war criminal that plays for the Portland Trailblazers.
Denny Abdia?
I said what I said.
Okay. Hey, brother. You know what I'm here for. You know what I'm. But yeah, dog, like I don't have any real like analysis for anybody from this game. It's just a feeling of kind of like I don't even want to call it sadness. It's not sad. Like this team doesn't make me feel like happy or sad anymore. But it's also like I'm just resigned to what this roster is. What's up?
Okay.
Ken?
You know what it is?
What's that?
I just realized what it is.
What is it?
It's not that the Heat lost their identity. And I just pieced it all together in my head. I just went back about 15, 20 years. The Miami Heat don't have Dwayne Wade to save them anymore. I don't know. I don't really want to take the time to walk them through that, but I'm already there with you, Kane. Like I'm there with you. Whether that be via his play on the court or like via his connections around the league that brought people interested to play with him, they do not have that sort of gravitas anymore. Because oh man, you know what?
Somebody said play in is an identity.
It is. So here's the thing, right? You know what, Royal? Just relax. I got this one. You know, get your rest up. Get into your mindset.
I'm gonna put the microphone down and load minutes right quick. Go ahead, cook up, King.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So here's the thing, right? From the very beginning of the 2000s, or from the very beginning of what I would like to call the Wade era, Dwayne Wade, either passively or aggressively, has been the source of every ounce of success that this Miami Heat franchise has experienced. Because the Pat Riley model was failing from 1995 up until about 2003. Remember, that's why he quit coaching the first time. Okay? It's the first thing. Dwayne Wade shows up. Pat Riley didn't even want to draft him. He wanted to draft Chris Kaman. Randy Fund wanted Dwayne Wade. So somehow they listened to Randy Fund, who, by the way, is no longer with this franchise. They drafted Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade works hard, plays very well, becomes, he's a Rookie of the Year candidate. We all know Braun, and it was a Braun and Melo award, but Wade was right there, flying under the radar. Okay. He shows out in the playoffs, gets his team to the second round. It's a game winner, dunks on Jermaine O'Neal, right? Y'all remember that, those of you that were alive. Okay. Because of how great he was, all of a sudden, the max contract that Riley signed the previous season suddenly becomes expendable for a major opportunity. That was Shaquille O'Neal. On the West Coast, Shaquille O'Neal's going through it with Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace. He realizes as a young guard out east, in a nice market, in a nice area, not far from Orlando, I want to play with that guy. So he comes to Miami. He forces that trade. The Miami Heat give up everybody, meaning all you get, well, not everybody, because obviously UD stayed behind.
Yeah, you can't wait.
But the Miami Heat essentially reconstituted their roster around two stars, Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal.
Real quick, King, I think people forget how invested not only the front office was, but the fan base was in Caron Butler.
Oh yeah, Caron was him. Caron was literally an OG. That's why he's assistant coaching right now.
So and I'm sorry to take us off of this course of action, but we having a history lesson now. We usually don't get an opportunity to do this, but I think because of how well the 03-04 season played out, or because of what Wade did that season, people forgot about 02-03 and what it meant to inject Caron Butler into what was a dying roster at that point. To be honest with you,
oh yeah, it was cool. Riley, Riley quit.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
right before training camp.
Stan Van Gundy.
All right, yeah. So 2004, 2005, you got a young Wade, you got Shaq. Riley fills the roster because guess what? You have stars to build around, right? Remember how that felt, guys? Yeah, felt amazing. Wade is amazing. MVP candidate. Shaq, still an MVP candidate. You got two MVP candidates on your roster. Total turnaround. They win 59 games. Wade keeps ascending. Eddie Jones, we thought he was going to be the third man. Okay, he turned out. Lights got too bright. Hey, listen. I know he's pompano. I get that, but there's a reason he got traded. Shaq got tired of him in LA. He got tired of him in Miami. We needed him in game 5. He ain't show up. Anyways, we move on though. Yeah. OG. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I remember them games. Yeah, I believe it. So 06. Now remember, your core is Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal, right? Dwayne Wade showed out. He's a star. Only reason Miami doesn't get to the finals and probably even win that year is because of that rib injury and all that other stuff.
Against Detroit.
Yes, correct. I still can't watch that game 7. All right. So remember, you have Wade. Wade is the star, he's the star get, right? Wade made it possible for Shaq to come here. Following season, Antoine Walker, James Posey, Jason Williams, Gary Payton. Now you got a core. UD is still there. OG, Mr. 305, Mayor of Miami, right? They win the title. 06-07, Wade gets hurt, pops his shoulder, right?
That team was fucking cooked from the beginning, though.
Yeah. All the veterans.
That ring ceremony game against the Bulls, they got blown off the fucking court.
Yeah, right. So it was cooked, right? All of the veterans from that Heat team They were like, well, we got our ring. We chilling. Well, we don't care. Riley technically probably should have blown up the team right after that. But nah, he held on a little bit too long, right?
Yeah.
Lessons aren't always learned, right? 07-08, the bottom falls out. Shaq, fed up with Riley and everything like that, gets traded to Phoenix. You get Wade and Sean Marion and Marcus Banks. Okay, you're thinking Riley. I remember the quote. Riley viewed Wade and Marion as the next Michael and Scotty. Okay, those were his words, not mine. Obviously, it didn't work that way because if I'm not mistaken, the Heat won only 15 games that season. Okay, fine. We rebuild. Now, 2008 draft. Derrick Rose, Michael Beasley. Here comes the Wade era.
The Miami Heat had the worst record in the league and were in line to get the number 1 pick to get Derrick Rose, which is who they would have selected. And they ended up getting Michael Beasley, which was a pretty solid consolation prize because Michael Beasley was a dog in college. And nobody could have foreseen kind of like what happened.
Yeah. Now, in hindsight,
Are you finna walk us out? Are you finna walk us all the way to 2025?
Nah, well, we'll do that on it. We'll do part 2 after the next Heat loss.
We should do like a series though. Like I feel like you and I can like go down like a long road of like history that some fans like maybe not all basement fans will appreciate. He said, please do. Yeah. Like I don't feel like all basement fans will appreciate just kind of like having some history chat on here, but I feel like that's something that you and I have done like over the years, like just behind the scenes, just kind of like talking.
It beats the Herro talk every night, right?
It does for sure.
So many of y'all complaining about it, but let's see how far. You know what? We can take it to the Braun era.
So somebody said he said he really enjoyed this as a younger fan. Hey, look, bro, we appreciate it, bro. Like. They say they're here for it.
We'll get you
for
there.
Sure, bro. For sure. Go ahead, King.
So I'll wrap. The Heat win the title. They fall out.
We had the Beasley draft pick.
Correct. Wade goes to the Olympics. He's back. He's in his prime. He's in the best possible shape. The shoulder's good. The knees are good. Everything's great. Nails done, hair done, everything, whatever.
We should talk about the Redeem team one day too. That shit was religious.
Oh, one day. Yes. R.I.P. Kobe.
Come on now.
But yeah, so these are the prime Wade years. These are some of the most fun years that many Heat fans over the age of 25 can probably remember because Wade is in his prime.
It might be closer to 30, King.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, they might be closer to 30 that they can remember. Because this is what Band-Aid Wade was.
Yeah. Correct. What's that?
That was
that was 0809. That was 0809.
Yeah.
So here's what happens, right? Wade comes back. He's in his prime, MV3 era. Okay, he's putting up 45, 7, and 9. Yes. That was in the Olympics, right? 45, 7, and 9. Drops 53 on the Jazz. Triple overtime against the Bulls. This is my house. That was all that running game, winning 3.
How much you dropped on the Knicks?
All right, so he dropped 50. All right, so he dropped 46 on the Knicks after Danilo Gallinari pops it in his mouth and makes him bleed his own blood, right? That's the first time. The second time, he drops a career high 55 points on the Knicks.
That double nickel.
Beasley had like I think 29 and 10 in that game too. It was a lot going on. Not much defense being played. It was Mike D'Antoni coaching that night. So what do you expect? They weren't going to play no defense, right?
Yeah.
So he also dropped 46 on the Celtics in game 4, but that was 2010. But we'll get there, right? So, anyways, Wade is cooking. He's doing his thing, right? And he's single-handedly getting this team to about 43 wins. They get to the second round. Oh, by the way, midway through the season, they trade Marion and Banks for Jermaine O'Neal. Now the Heat have a center. Whoa, we got an O'Neal playing center.
He's so fucking
Jermaine.
Yeah, fucking disappointing, bro.
Jermaine's knees were cooked by that point.
Yeah, I get it.
It stabilized the starting lineup, which oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened, right? They get to the playoffs. They play a beatable Hawks team. All right? A beatable Hawks team. But unfortunately, Jermaine O'Neal gets a concussion. And as a result of that concussion, he can't play no more. To the point where he shoots the ball from like the right elbow, ball sails over to the left, And we're all like, yeah, no, he got to go. He not right. He's not here, right? So, anyways, they lose Jermaine O'Neal for the remainder of the series, and unfortunately, it goes to 7, and the Heat lose whatever, right? The end of a great comeback year for Wade. Wade had to prove to himself and the doubters that he was still him. He proved that. Braun was cooking out in Cleveland, but anyway, so 29, 2010, there's a little fallback. Wade comes into camp, not in the greatest shape, not in the greatest shape, but he was still elite. Long story short, 47-35, Beasley has mental health problems. He's not himself. He's depressed and everything like that. They face the Celtics. Game 1, they were supposed to win, but they didn't. It escaped. Yeah, true. It escapes them late in game 1. Game 2, another game they were supposed to win, but there was a fight that breaks out. KG elbows Quentin Richardson in the face. He gets suspended for game 3. You're looking at this team like, wait a minute, this Heat team should be up either 2-1 or 3-0 right now. Unfortunately, game 3 happens, and Paul Pierce jays Darrell Wright at the buzzer. Now you're down 3-0. Season's pretty much over, right? What can we do? Beasley's very obviously checked out. Jermaine O'Neal is not himself. He had a few good games to start the season. He had like 22-12 games to start the season. The Heat even ended their losing streak in Indiana. Now, for those of you that don't know, for a very long time in Heat history, Miami could never win in Indiana, and that included when Shaq was here. They never that streak finally ended that first week of the season.
They had another streak like that against Dallas too.
Yeah. Okay. So, now Wade's like, man, I never want to do this again. I never want to lose in the first round again. This ain't going to happen, blah, 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 right? Ironically enough, he does lose in the first round, but that's later on, and that's because he left Miami. But there's reason for that, okay?
Yeah.
Wade is easily, in terms of prime, full health and everything like that, is Wade, is Cole. I'm going to tell you this right now. I've seen both of them play. And I'm of the belief that in terms of absolute peak, in terms of
come on now.
In terms of efficiency,
impact,
all of that, Wade.
Come on now.
Wade's peak is higher than Kobe's. However,
Talk
Kobe's
to the
longevity and skill set more than
that's
Wade.
The case, but that's the case for Wade versus a lot of players, and that's a different conversation for a different day. Wade's Wade's peak rivals damn near any player in NBA history. And I don't think enough people give him credit for that. Like Wade's peak rivals damn near any players. King, I know we can do this like the whole time, but I already said before this that I ain't doing no whole show.
Oh yeah. We're at LeBron.
I know.
And that's where I was going to end. So
we're going. Oh, okay. So I was about to say we'll say part 2 for the next loss. Because I have a feeling that you're gonna be the only person to show up for me again.
Probably. But yeah, so here's the thing, right? Wade's pissed, Miami does this, we want Wade. And I still have like that poster from that marketing campaign in
the marketing
summer
campaign?
2010, right? And of course, Wade is recruiting people.
I was shitting bricks because
Everybody
he was going to Chicago.
He's going to Chicago. Remember that commercial? Yeah. Yeah. See, a lot of y'all don't remember this, right?
They don't remember the nuance of the basketball.
Yeah, them commercials and everything. But so here's the thing, right? Obviously, Dwayne Wade has a good friend up in Cleveland. It ain't going well for him up there. Don't nobody want to go play in Cleveland. They almost traded for Amari. Instead, they chose to stick with J.J. Hickson, who was out of the league like within 4 years. Then again, so was Bosch, but that's not.
J.J. Hickson had a good career though.
I mean, he made money, but Amari, they could have traded for Amari, but they didn't, right? And that might have been the last straw, right? You got Bosch up in Toronto. He's leaving. He's not trying to stay up there. No one knows who he is or what he's doing. The only thing we knew about him was like those cool vote for me for the All-Star game videos.
The little hillbilly, like the goddamn what it is, the hats, the cowboy hats,
10-gallon hats, and
bro. God damn, Ricky.
I'm just walk with me, Roy. Walk with me.
You bringing back a great time in my life.
It's all we have. That's all we have, right? So, anyways, right.
Hey, brother, do not sleep on Antoine Jameson, bro. Antoine Jameson was a basketballer, brother.
Yeah, before Cleveland.
Yeah. Washington, Antoine Jameson, him, bro. Let's not get it twisted. Antoine Jameson was a hooper.
I think he was born 10 years too soon, though.
Antoine Jameson?
Yeah.
Bro, is Antoine Jameson was in the NBA now?
That's what I'm saying. A tweener like him, about 6'8", 6'9" can do all that. Anyways, yeah. But so here's the thing, right? Makes a phone call, but here's the thing. Here's what ultimately ends up happening, right? Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
You remember it? You remember the
yes,
decision?
We did.
You remember all that?
We did.
All of that happens because of one man, Dwayne Wade. He cultivates those relations. I don't think he had too much of a relationship with Chris Bosh compared to Braun and Melo, but cultivates those relationships with Braun and some other players around the league. He demonstrates to the world how great he was in 06 and how great he still was by 08, 09, 10, and everything like that, right? The roster is cleared. Andy Ellisberg is a mathematician. He's a GOAT when it comes to that stuff. There's a reason, and he makes the numbers work. Okay?
Again,
that's
similar,
his bag.
But similar to what it is, 03, 04. He cleaned out the roster, and the only people still here were Wade, Udonis Haslem, and Mario Chalmers.
Yeah.
The rest
you
of
needed a point guard.
The rest of the roster got cleared the fuck out.
Oh, weird. You needed a point guard and you kept one around. Go figure. Anyways, weird. So, because of Wade, because of the gravitas of Wade, the Miami Heat are a championship organization. Fam, you can talk all that mess now, but if Wade doesn't go for 40 and 42 and 36 and all that other stuff, they lose in 5 against Dallas. Okay? Remember when Dirk dropped 40 on Miami in the 04-05 season? He came to Miami and dropped 40? Wasn't nothing stopping. Remember when Miami was struggling against Western Conference teams during that first Shaq year? I'm old enough to remember that. I remember when Eddie Jones was at the line against the Sonics, and he had to hit 3 free throws to go to overtime.
We're not finna talk about that.
And he missed the first. I'm sorry.
Nor will we talk about the series versus Detroit when Wade got hurt and Eddie Jones started and shit the bed in that fucking series. All right, so just real quick, you got us to this point, King, and I actually do. I want to do this again, to be honest with you, because during that was actually fantastic, and I want to applaud you for what you just did, because low-key, you just literally made me forget about what I just watched.
Correct.
by you made me forget about what I just watched by bringing back.
There's a method to all. There's a reason for all this.
You a GOAT, brother. There's a reason why you on this Mount Rushmore, brother. But you low-key brought me back to a time where I remember and I knew exactly what the Miami Heat were. And I think that's the overarching point around what we got going on, bro. Is at this point in time, Tyler Herro playing, Tyler Herro not playing, it don't really matter, bro. I don't know what this team is. I don't know what they stand for, and I do not know what their aim is, what they want to be in terms of their identity. I will tell y'all this, though. We're going to finish this. If it's just me and Ricky, we're going to finish this, because I do want to get to the Big Three era and talk about the Big Three era. I do want to get to LeBron leaving. I do want to get to Father Prime. I do want to get to all of those eras. You say don't even talk about the game. Don't worry about it. I'm finna end this show because I just saw something that has my attention much more than this post-game show. So
wait, real quick, Royal, before you do that, free Palestine.
Come on now. Thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to Kane Ricky, brother. You saved the show tonight, and I want to make sure that I give you your flowers, even if nobody else.
Wouldn't be the first time someone from the Knicks came and saved Miami.
All right,
because Riley did it in '95.
You just fucking ruined it. Play the video, me. I'm still in Ricky Bar. Free Palestine.
We packing somebody up tonight.
I mean, if you insist, yeah, real quick. So free Palestine, free Haiti, free Iran, free Cuba, hands off Venezuela. Okay, do not attack my people.
You get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's.
I said free Cuba, I'm gonna say it again.
You're not Venezuelan, Ricky. You are a nigger.
Wow.
But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know.
That is quick, man.
That is down the lane of 13 up the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17.